Hello and welcome to Devex World. That applause you're hearing is from the last Devex World when we gathered together in Washington, D.C. This year's different, we're virtual, but it's an incredible event, as you'll hear in a moment. So much has happened this year. We could obviously talk about the pandemic, the contentious presidential election, what's happening with Brexit and Point 7 in the UK, the global civil rights movement. There's so much to talk about, and we'll talk about it all today, but Devex World is different because it's a chance for us to think about the future, about what's coming, to look around the corner. And I'm reminded of what Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said back in April, when he said, we're seeing 2 years of digital transformation in just 2 months. Well, I think for global development, we're seeing in 1 year a decade of global development progress threatened and a decade of global development transformation accelerated. We're here today to talk about that acceleration. We're going to be hearing from people at the forefront of it, like DeRay McKesson, who's one of the founders of the Movement for Black Lives, Renu Odwala, who's leading the End SARS movement in Nigeria, Nadia Tolonikova, who's a founding member of Pussy Riot in Russia, and other grassroots activists shaking up the way we even think global development. We're looking at a vaccine for COVID being developed faster than any other in human history. And the rollout of it is an enormous challenge. We'll hear from the CEO of the Gates Foundation, the president of the World Bank, from the incoming head of the World Trade Organization, and so many more. Ron Piervincenza of USP, Peter Sands, who leads the Global Fund, and of course, Lois Pace of the Biden COVID Task Force, and many, many more. Private philanthropy is center stage, and follow along, and you'll hear from some billionaire philanthropists and presidents of foundations that may not be known to you, but that are part of this new wave of philanthropy changing the way our industry works. And of course, new money coming from private sector corporations is a big theme that we're going to get our hands around in this conference, including by speaking with the incoming president of the Inter-American Development Bank. On climate, we're honored to be joined by Christiana Figueres, one of the architects of the Paris Accord, and we'll be hearing her in conversation with Hindu Ibrahim, who is a nomadic indigenous leader from the Lake Chad region. We'll also have a special session about smallholder farmers and how they can be resilient in this moment of climate change, and that's in partnership with Cargill. We'll have a number of sessions around new tech, and new technology is going to infuse the session all day today with a number of leaders, including from big corporations that you know, like Esri and Google and Facebook and WhatsApp. And we'll hear about disability inclusive technology solutions in a session in partnership with CBM. Today will also be filled with big ideas. I'm excited to hear from the ASU Hackathon winners. It's a hackathon we put together with ASU for Devex World. There are 5 winners who have developed 5 ideas for real world development challenges. Stay tuned for more on that today. It's going to be really exciting. We have a lot of big thinkers with us, including Papa Amadou Sarr, the Minister for Entrepreneurship in Senegal, 2 NGO leaders who are thinking at the forefront of change in the NGO space, Yanti Saripto from Save the Children and Susie Schaefer from Smile Train. We're going to have a racially conscious collaboration workshop with GHR Foundation and so much more in the area of big new ideas. And on politics, Mark Green, President Trump's administrator of USAID, will be with us. Rory Stewart, the former DFID minister and opponent of Boris Johnson, and Richard Curtis, the filmmaker and SDG advocate, and so many more. You can see it's an incredible lineup. If you're joining us as a registered attendee, you're inside of a platform that's giving you a number of features. There are workshops you can join, networking sessions. You can talk to anybody you want to who's an attendee here, and I encourage you to do that. If you get lost at any point, check out the help desk. If you're joining us on a streaming platform on YouTube or Twitter or LinkedIn, thank you for being here. Like it, subscribe, follow along. You can find me on Twitter at Raj_Devex. I'd love to hear from you. Follow the reporters and editors you hear as well. We want your feedback. We want you to be part of this discussion, and we'll be engaging with you all day. People who are registered attendees of Devex World are here because they are members of Devex Pro. That's our premium news subscription, if you don't know it. Devex Pro subscribers get access to deeper insight from our reporters and editors all over the world, and they get access to special events like this one. I want to thank our Devex Pro members for supporting the journalism we do every day, and if you're not a Devex Pro member, this is a chance to consider it. You can sign up for a free trial and just check it out. Devex World, an event of this scale, simply does not happen without incredible partners. Our innovation partners have helped us develop an incredibly creative and diverse set of issues that we're bringing to you in a new way through this virtual platform. I want to especially thank them. That's Arizona State University, Smile Train, Save the Children, USP, and Cargill. And of course, our Changemaker partners and our program underwriters are a key part of bringing this event to you, and I want to thank them as well. And a big thank you to our team at Devex for pulling through a challenging year and bringing hard-hitting journalism and breaking big stories all year long, even when they had to do it from their kitchen table. Finally, we're about to start, and a thank you to all of you for tuning in for what's going to be an incredible day. And we start with my interview with Gates Foundation CEO, Mark Sussman.